We have a delayed timer of 30 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live. Or we've been live for 30 seconds. Okay, so just a quick update. I just wanted to touch base. So I just wanted to point out, do you or want to play an alt in Legion? And I got to say, now's the time. If you let's just say this is the easiest point in Legion to get involved. And I'm going to just point out very quickly what I did. So I've already got a Demon Hunter up at 104, but just sitting in his garrison and just doing quests. I think I leave him to 102, and the last level and a half's come from just doing the order board missions and quests and things like that very quickly. So that's in the background. So I just want to focus very quickly on the Paladin. I've almost got my dual crafting up to 800, so we're not too far off it. So now, and I will show my warlock is my main character, and I've gone protection for Paladin because I just love the play style and and the transmugs, the gold, all that sort of magic stuff. Let's have a little pose, and that's a little tool you can buy from your Lord Hall garrisons for 1,000 resources for any class. Or you buy it once and it's available to everyone. It's a toy. What the devil's going on there with my shoulders? I have no idea. It's gone crazy. So it's approximately about 10 days from me digging 110. I didn't run. I ran very minimal amount of dungeons. I did a little bit of PvP, but not much. I focused mostly on. As soon as I got the I pretty much had 880 tokens for everything, and I pretty much did enough world quests to unlock what I needed to unlock. I did my Paladin Order Hall campaign. I unlocked my Legion Fall campaign, so that allowed me to get my mounts. And as you can see, you got the Charger and the other 3 mounts for a total of 4. As I said, that got me to an eye level around 880 to 890. And from there, it's pretty much straight to Argus and farming the... And I'm always checking, before we go to Argus, which is just over here, I'm always checking the Broken Isle world quests here. And I'm looking for anything that says 895. This is the current PvP Legion 5 gearing, which comes in at potentially 900 or 905 gear. And there's another thing too I'll show you in a second. So I was doing those world quests, and there was a little bit of PvP, but pretty much I went straight to Argus. With Argus, the biggest upgrade was you get straight away to 890 relics, and that would power you up enough. And then I just focused on every world quest that gave me the argunite. And also, my warlock is just made for it, and the protection tank Paladin protection tank can just stand there and just take the punishment. It's just slower; they can't do the DPS. But yeah, it's just farming. It's just built for tanks and warlocks, and I'm sure maybe any other tanking class. Pet class is probably Beastmaster Hunter. So that allowed me to get a lot of tokens. I did a lot of evasion points. That generated a lot between 20 to 40 of the argunite, and you do 3 per week of the server reset, and you then get a greater invasion point, and this can drop 930 gear. So pretty much, as you can see, anything that's 910 is pretty much, as you can imagine. So that's Legion, Legion gear, Legion PvP gear. So I've either bought that's come off the Argus vendor, or it's come off the World Quest boss that's gone up. Now, a thing I will tell you about that as well, some of the gear I was getting from the Broken Isles was about 890, and it didn't Titan Forge, it didn't do anything. It was just 890 gear, so it would get me up. So I had about, as you can see by my Paladin, he's pretty much 90% in the Season 5 PvP gear here. And what that means is he is, beside the fact he's looking dead sexy, or it, whatever, all that gear is current PvP gear. And the thing is, once I got the look and I wanted better gear, um, near the Paladin order hall is the PvP vendors. So what I would do is I would take my PvP gear, if I had like, just say this was 890. I had 890 hands, belt, other bits and pieces, and I got 910 gear. What I would then do is go to the Obliterum Forge. You put it in the Obliterum Forge, the PvP gear, and it gives you Echoes of Battle. And what I did with Echoes of Battle is, I think I've got some on me now here, or put it on the bank. Here we go. So here's some more PvP gear here. So it's saying it's telling me which is an upgrade, which is not an upgrade. But what I could do with that is put it in the Obliterum Forge, and that would give me approximately 15 Echoes of Battle. So what I did for a transmog point of view, and if it jackpot was great, I wanted the gloves of the Legion 5. I didn't have the gloves, so I took about 4 or 5 pieces of the PvP gear that was about 890. I obliterated it in the forge. I got 75. I went and then bought the gloves, which came out at 905. So if you're doing a lot of PvPing and you haven't got all the gear, or you got stuff from Argus and things like that, you can then, recycle the PvP gear and then go to the vendor and buy a set for transmog or potentially a higher eye level. I think it's around 900. I think it's 905 Season 5, just right near the order hall. Now, also I've been very lucky. So within 10 days, I got almost 2 of the best legendaries for the Paladin tank. So the chest, apparently because of its stats, means it's pretty decent. Its usability apparently is decent the more you use it. And also got one of the rings, and this gives you, depending on your spec, for protection, a holy shield. So that means I can select Blessed Hammer or such and such. Pardon me. And I get the benefit of a holy shield. So I'm getting an extra ability, which I think is fantastic. Plus, this gives me extra block on Baxing Magic. In a couple of PvP fights, it did enough damage to kill a world PvP when I was fighting for Marks of Honor in the world quests. Quite a bit of a battle. So, and then I was going to do a ton of PvP tonight with my Paladin, but then I was reading the forums about apparently the template, because I've been doing world PvP with the Paladin, and I've pretty much been quite happy. It's like day and night. Could be able to be, I don't have all the same toolkits a lot of the melee got, but I've got a lot of survivability and heals and things. But then I read the template for the Paladin protection tank nerfs the shit out of all that. So I'm gonna experience that. So it doesn't sound positive. So I'm leveling my either my Demon Hunter or a warrior, and looking at an arms warrior or something like that. But we'll play it along. So let me just switch back here. So look, in 10 days of pretty decent game playing, I think I played between 3 to 4 hours a night. And that's pretty much just focus on anything like that. Like I've always told guildies, always focus on your main, get your main to where it is, and this always this is old. This catch up stuff's always there. Legion has been a bit of a grinder. I look back now, and if I had the time and didn't have injuries and work commitments and business commitments, I probably would have leveled at least 1 or 2 other classes. But here you go. As I said, my main's about 928. And within 10 days, I've got my Paladin. Not only have I completed all my class order hall, I've got all my mounts, and I've almost got one of my dual crafting 800. I'm 770 or something, and it hasn't cost me money at all. Now, also, will say Lady Luck has been really good for me. So I'm concerned. I don't think I'm going to get the same luck. I could be wrong. I feel Blizzard does this. It's like a gambling, I feel. Like, I think the system's all rigged that Blizzard goes, let's keep them playing, give them some gear. They know that'll You know, it'll keep you playing. And so, as I said, so I got 2 legendaries. I got the chest first, and then I went and used 650 of the argunite and for a ring, and it produced a 970. The High Lord ring, which I'm not going to complain about. So I got 2 legendaries straight away. The only drama is I bought and made a chest for 935, but hey, you can't win. I need to upgrade the ring for 910, that belt for 910. I haven't been looking at perfect stats. Really, for this alt, it's about getting the eye level up. And whereas on my Warlock, he's pretty much geared stat-wise for his class. Like I'm 140% mastery and all the rest of it. Whereas with the Paladin, you need a combination of haste and versatility and a few other things. It's all stat dependent. Now, I also say you can see there I got a 940. I scored on one Great Invasion boss, the 940 relic and the 930 shoulders. So I bonus roll one of them. Bonus roll. I think I bonus roll the relic, and then I won the shoulders in a natural roll. So the Paladin has been very lucky. As I said, 10 days. Your time may vary, but if you're holding off doing any alts, any class that can be self-sufficient, I think a lot of classes are a lot easier than they are today. But any other class that got a good tanking spec, Beastmaster, Hunter, and things like that, probably all the Hunter classes, you're going to farm easy the Argonite and get to 910 very quickly. I'm pretty much trying to level for professions. Now, personally, there was a couple of classes I could have leveled. I didn't want to do another Clothy as in a mage. I like to have my mage and my Death Knight. They had all this professional skills at 700, and getting them up just for that. I just didn't have the passion to do that to unlock them. Whereas with the Paladin, I've been really enjoying the playstyle, and I wanted to get it back into PvP because towards the end of WoD, that's all I did was use my Paladin at Ashran and have a blast. It was just something different, and I was effective, and I was able to take out rogues and things like that. But it's been interesting in the real world. World PvP with no templates is vastly different from the template system that the BGs and all the rest are running. And from what I understand, I read on the forums of the Paladins that a lot of our heals, a lot of damage is heavily nerfed. Apparently, the protection penalties are pretty shit in any sort of PvP. But we'll go in and play it. We'll just take it by ear. So don't hold back. Jump in. You might get better than me. You only need 2 legendaries. I'm happy with the chest. I'm happy with the ring. I get an extra talent, which is fantastic. I've got 6.5 million life. I've enjoyed the tanking. It's been a lot of fun. I'll just quickly jump on my. I haven't had much money. I've gone up to 8 grand, and then come back down to 4. Bear with me. I've just had all my air conditioning system flustered. I think that's what I've had big. You live in an area that's booming. There's all multi-high rises going up, and I think it's been a lot of dust and crap like that's got into my. I've got a flash built-in air conditioning system, and I usually manually clean all the filters, but it might have been something that needs a flush. So I've had that all done, and explains why I keep getting these bloody bugs and coughs and everything at the moment. So I'm just running the aircon at like a hyper filter mode at the moment, and it's just bringing the air temp down about 23 degrees. But anyway, let's quickly jump the main. But before I go, one warning I'll say to people looking for any transmogs at the moment. So this is Legion 5 PvP Paladin gear. The helm and shoulders are from Siege of Orgrimmar, and I did a solo run of it, and in one go, I got 4 of the tier set, the normal tier set, which I was happy with. I looked at the mythic version; it's a red, normal and heroic. It's normal and hero, it's golden, which is I'm happy with. Now, I just want to talk about the shield, and this is the Sunward Crest, which is it's a reputation behind, where is it? The Shattered Sun Offensive. Now, I don't want you to make the same mistake I did. I have a Paladin, Horde Paladin, who's my original kill rush and a blood elf, and he was honoured with that faction. Now, my warlock, Mana Hates, also Haughty, he's also exalted with his mob as well. And I just, because he can't wear shields, I can't transmog it. So I thought, my Horde Paladin's already honoured, I might as well just get him to exalted, and then I can just transmog the shield. Looks like someone's saying hello. So what happened was, of course, I didn't bother looking at the fine print, but if you look at the shield,
How are you?
let's just check where it is here.
Watch your back. What's on your
I might actually say on the shield, but basically it says it's reputation locked, which means if you might have 5 paladins on each account, and one paladin unlocks it, if none of those other paladins have got exalted, they won't be able to transmog the shields. So so if you want that shield, you're going to have to go get a transmog, and it's pretty sexy. Now that it doesn't take long. You just run was it the Magister Terrace? As a human, I get about 1,700 to 1,800 rep per run. So it's about, you do the math, it's about 33,000 rep from 0, which is about, well, you can do the sums. If you're not a human, it's 10% less. So it's going to take you 30, 40 runs or more to do it, or a good couple of hours to do it. Not, I've knocked it off and done it. So I'll just quickly jump in my main. This is Nagran, which is the sister hub to my main server. And I'll quickly just go down to, so this is my Horde Paladin, and I unlocked that, put it on, went to my Alliance side, go, why can't I transmog it? Jump back on the Horde one and saw the fine print saying you must be exalted. So quite pissed off. And Mana Hate's the other one that's got that unlocked as well. So while that's loading up, I've got to just make sure I haven't moved that off my SSD. I've got two twin SSDs running at the moment. Seems a bit slow down now. The key thing here is get into your alts. It helps if your main's got a few A80 tokens, which you get pretty fast. What's it got here? Oh, someone's bought my stuff. One issue I forget as a warlock, I quickly jump into battle and forget to get my elf stones up. Oh, they put all my dust. Right, so someone's probably made a lot of money out of that, most probably. So basically, the max this guy could have is 928. So I'm only a couple eye level behind my main, and technically I could pump the high level 910, 910. I had about 2,000 of the argunite, and I've just spent a bit just on relics and more relics and trinkets, and nothing sexier dropped. The only thing that's pissed me off is that the paladin got a 940 relic, so he's got a better eye level on his weapon, and the character's this Sunday would be 2 weeks old. So that's bullshit. That it wasn't even 10 days. It was about a week, about halfway through. was Tuesday that I got the 940 relic. So 952 versus 958. So it's taken that long to get the eye level up to that, and then the Paladin jumps straight in and he's up nearly 960 on the weapon. Is just blowing my mind. And now all my classes, so my Warlocks are all minimum, all maxed to Concord. Now this is the thing that's, so I'm level 63 in this guy. I need 12 billion, and I think I'm nearly there, 3 billion off. And because it's so easy to stagger, I've got my Paladin up to 61. So don't hold back. I think I'm definitely going to probably I'll get my Demon Hunter up, and then probably a Warrior, because I was just concerned that I thought Paladin. I didn't research it. I thought the Paladin tanking, prop Pally in in random BGs would be fun and decent, but if they've nerfed all the damage and everything like that, because apparently they were overpowered at one stage. So just very briefly, 958. So he's a few levels above, and there's about 4 eye levels. Yeah, and 61 in almost 62. So I've almost caught my Warlock. But the thing is, due to the percentages and the way everything's staggered, it's easy to catch up. Then it's a lot slower to keep advancing. So I probably could have had another 2 levels on my Warlock if I was just exclusively playing my Warlock. And with all my classes, I have also, and I'm just showing you this because it doesn't actually take much due to your artifact power knowledge. I just want to bring up the artifact power knowledge. The 52. So my, and as I said, everything's basically almost 890 for the weapons. I've never done heals. So you can see everything's done straight up to the first level of Concord of the Legion 4. I'll just go back to Holy. I already got a hidden artifact for Holy, which is the weapon from Overwatch, which is this one. I don't know why the Holy Paladin has 2-handed weapons. Just because then you look at the artifacts, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, get in, get your ults going, get ticking, give us your feedback. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast. And if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window.